So, hello and welcome to another exclusive interview of the Bodyslams and Dropkicks podcast. And I have with me today Impact X Division superstar, Trey Miguel.
Hello.
So, Trey, last time we spoke, you were X Division champions. So, how have things been since then?
Things have still been good. With championships, they come and they go. I'm still in contention for it, but right now, Mike Bailey has the belt. I'm excited to watch him defend it against Kazarian. I think it's super cool that Kazarian's the number one contender right now. And maybe Kazarian gets it and I get to challenge him. That's something I never thought would happen in my pro wrestling career. So in a way, I guess I'm kind of glad I lost it because this is a weird peril that we're living in right now. And I'm excited about it. So yeah, things are good.
I'll say one thing. Now that Kaz is back, all we need is Christopher Daniels back.
That would be cool too, 1,000%. It was really cool to have the few minutes in the ring that I did during the Triple Threat Gauntlet at Victory Road just under 2 weeks ago. If it could have lasted longer, I would have loved that. Again, that was something I never thought that would happen. And if Kazarian becomes our next X Division champion, who's not say that I could be the first number one contender for it,
I hope. Will that be a dream come true if you face him?
Yeah, it's a dream match that I didn't know was a dream match.
May all your dreams come true, sir. Obviously, Bound for Glory is this Saturday, October 3rd on Fight TV. So how excited are you for Impact Wrestling's biggest pay-per-view of the year?
I'm always excited for Bound for Glory. It feels like graduation day or like high school prom to a kid, or I don't know. There's just this like really special feeling about showing up for work that day. I don't know what I have going on that day, if I have anything at all. I am prepared to show up in my best. I have new gear for it like I always do. And if I get to show it to the world, that's awesome. And if not, I don't know. But at this point, I don't know what I personally have going on for Bound for Glory, if I have anything at all. But we do have some other stuff going on that I'm really excited about too. I've been on the sideline watching this Moose, Sami Callihan, and Steve Macklin. Yeah, because I've had a feud with every single one of them. So in theory, I would love it if they all just started at the bell with, a running joust and they all caught each other and, had a roll out and all lose, because then I feel like I will have outlived all of my arch nemesises and I am the ultimate champion for that.
Well, from a B&D point of view, you don't need to worry about Moose. Nathan already warned him that Josh Alexander was champion before when Nathan interviewed him, and Moose totally ignored it, and Moose lost to Josh Alexander. So I think as far as Moose goes, you're probably fine there.
And then outside of that, we have Masha versus Jordan Grace, and I've been following that pretty closely too. I'm excited. That's probably the follow-up to second place of matches I'm most excited to see.
Yeah. Now, the card is stacked, but there is actually 2 matches still open, which you might be able to participate in. There's an open challenge for the Digital Media Championship. So can we expect you to challenge Brian Myers on the day?
Possibly. I mean, his last name is Myers, and I'm obsessed with Halloween, so maybe there's something there. You never know.
Speaking of Halloween, don't forget it's out in a week and a half as well.
I am counting down the days because I have my tickets bought. I spent $108 on movie tickets, so that way I could just pluck friends and say, hey, you're coming to watch this movie with me. If they don't go, then I don't have to listen to people slurping and eating popcorn next to me. I'll have 3 seats this way and 4 seats that way, and I'll be undisturbed.
So. I actually have got something for you, but I'll show it you after the interview. It's actually something I found online, but I'll show it you when we finish.
All right.
There is also Call Your Shot Gauntlet, which is a 20 wrestler battle royale, where obviously the winner receives a trophy and a contract they can invoke any time within the next calendar year for a championship match. So how tempting is it to put your name in the hat for that battle royale?
It's actually really tempting. And if I don't end up having a scheduled match, I think that's the route. You kind of, there's like a pecking order to some of this, so unless I tell you that is what you're doing, I'm going to wait to find out if I have something scheduled for me. And if something doesn't come down the pipeline and there is an open slot to put my name in the Call Your Shot gauntlet, then that is probably what I'm going to do.
Now, this is on Monday, and Impact is shown on a Tuesday. So at the moment, there is 9 wrestlers. There's Pico, Rich Swann, Heath, Bhupinder Gujjar. Impact's doing signing Bobby Fish, your adversary Steve Macklin, Sammy Callahan, and Moose at the moment. Although, don't worry about Moosehead, he's fine. He won't get very far. Besides, nobody really wins anything like this 2 years on the spin. So I think as far as odds go, you can take one out. So with that being said, I will say one thing for Moose. He made the incredible and miraculous decision to cash in on Josh Alexander. So if your name were to be in that hat and you did end up winning it, could we see a similar move from you this Saturday?
I wouldn't do it under the same pretenses that Moose did. I have much more respect for Josh Alexander than to ever try to take advantage of a lesser him, even though I think the more you beat him up, he transcends into I don't know what you would describe it as, but he becomes superhuman. So I don't know. There's no advantage in that or a real win, So I think if I were to win, I would make the challenge well known ahead of time. So that way I could get Josh Alexander at his best and prove to myself and to him in the world where I stand as far as stepping toe to toe with the world champion.
Mm-hmm. I want to do a bit of a theory game, if I may, with you. So let's just say you did face Brian Myers and you did become digital media champion. Would you want to defend your title against the lady known as Giselle Shaw?
Man, I'd want to defend it against Mia Yim so that way I can get her back for chopping me off that top rope to the floor like 3 or 2 weeks ago. But yeah, Giselle could get these hands too, I guess. That's my dog outside of the ring.
Oh boy, you better be careful she doesn't hear this. Boy, you are in trouble. But again, it wouldn't be part of the course if at least one man didn't get in trouble with a woman.
Giselle has a pair of shoes that she had to get delivered to my house because they couldn't ship them to Canada. So she better watch herself because I will pour bleach on these Air Jordan 1 denims that are downstairs in my room.
Right. So, from a man who absolutely loves Michael Jordan, please do not do that. Do what a normal person would do, just sell them on eBay.
Protect your neck over these Jordans, Giselle.
Oh, I seriously hope she doesn't listen to this.
Let me tell you, Giselle came to Toledo. I had her booked on my show on September 13th, I think. Mm-hmm. So we spent the next day at Cedar Point. Before we went to Cedar Point, she wanted to go to the mall and check out some shoes or something. So we went to the mall. She found a pair of Air Jordans she liked and just goodbye. The Giselle Shaw that we knew before is, I don't know, she's left the building. No more high heels and stilettos. She has been sending me screenshots of every StockX bid that she's made since that day, and her shoe game is going to look like mine in 2 more weeks.
You don't like it, do you?
I'm not mad at it. I love it, actually. I love it when people have the same or passionate about things that I'm really passionate about. A lot of people don't understand what it's like to be so into shoes. It's not everyone wants more than one pair. They get their one pair, they're good with it till they need another. It means nothing to them to have as many options as I like having. But maybe they're a cologne person. Maybe they like having different fragrances. I'm fine with smelling the same way 7 days out of the week as long as it's fresh. So but it's cool to share that hobby and to, not looked at like a weirdo or a psycho for being so interested in it and watching someone's eyes light up when they get the feeling too. It's like, oh my God, I feel like it's the first day of school. I want to feel like this every day. That's cool. That's really cool.
Oh, we'll wait and see how that goes. Oh yes, a lot of wrestlers, not naming names, but they go into movies or TV, which is a lot of them have done. Are you happy being in Impact full time, or is that an avenue you'd like to explore in the future?
I would 1000% like to, try my hand in acting or stunt work or something like that. I have a really good friend that is into stunt work. He also does like motion capture for video games as well. And him and I have conversations about it a lot because he's a big wrestling fan, and that's something that I've actually always been interested in. I used to try to make little homemade movies when I was a kid because I love movies. I'm obsessed with film, horror movies specifically. But yeah, if that was ever an option for me, I'd 1000% take it. If it meant stepping away from wrestling, I don't think I would ever commit to it full time, but yeah, it was something I could do on the side. I 100% would.
You can have a little cameo where you're the main draw and then your character dies in the first 5 minutes.
That would be fine. If I could be the first kill of a Halloween movie, I could die the next day in real life and I feel like I'd fulfill my prophecy.
Just tell your agent to get in touch with Jason Bloom. He's actually, he is probably the biggest horror master there is.
I tweet at him pretty often and I don't even get a like. So, and I thought being verified would help that, and it hasn't done jack.
It's shockingly bad, isn't it? It's heartbreaking.
It's hard. But I did actually have a fan yesterday at Warrior Wrestling in Chicago. He gave me a autographed Halloween Kills movie cover that's signed by James Jude Courtney. So now I have 2 Michael Myers autographs. I have one of the 2 original Michael Myers autographs. I have Moran's autograph, and now I have James Jude Courtney's. So all I need is Nick Castle's, and I will have my no, I would like Dick Warlock's also, and then I'd have all 4 of the ones that mean the most to me. So yeah.
Fair enough. Can't really argue with that. Now, as I mentioned before, it is tradition. You have been interviewed by B&D, which is a good omen for wrestlers who tend to win gold at some point. I only need to really say Nathan was asked a question by Josh Alexander 2 years in succession, or 2 interviews in succession, and he won both titles. He won World Heavyweight Championship both times. So if that's not what good luck is, how much of a good luck charm we are, I really genuinely don't know what is. So do you feel that a little bit luckier for your next title reign?
I do. I feel like I have I have a wider perspective of everything that's gone down here now. You are the wishing well that we are. You know, like this is the fountain of youth, theoretically. We just got to see now.
Yeah. Just before we finish, mate, intergender wrestling is at its peak, as you very well know. So if you in a knockout of your choosing could face any 5 teams of male and knockouts, who would they be? So I'll give you an example. So I'm going to go really old school here. You could have, say, Gail Kim and Jeff Jarrett from back in the day when they were Team Canada.
I would team with Melina because that's my dog, and we were so it was really fun working with her last year at Impact Wrestling. And then I would like to take on the team of Alex Shelley and Hamada.
Ooh.
I feel like that's a dream team that just needed to happen. If it were today, oh my God, intergender wrestling would be shut down.
Yeah. I'm going to say it would be actually. What I was going to say, how about this combination? How about Awesome Kong and the Blueprint Matt Morgan?
Ooh, all right, that's one. That would be sweet. Yep.
Obviously, you have the Cardonas now. You have the older.
What about Steiner and Jordan Grace?
Ooh, Big Papa. Is it? You're on about Big Papa Pump, aren't you?
I'm sorry?
Scott Steiner, not Rick Steiner.
Scott Steiner.
Yeah, that's not actually a bad little combo. What about Mia Yim and a certain husband of hers?
That wowould be cool too. That would be really sweet. Have they done anything on the independents even as a tag team?
Not that I'm sure of, but I seem to remember last time Mia Yim was with us. Let's just say if he didn't win a certain title, then he would have to shower her with diamonds to make her happy.
Oh my God. You know what's funny is about a week ago, I was talking to Mia, and we were just hanging out shooting the shit, and I told her, I was like, I was watching your entrance, and then I watched my match, like I was watching Victory Road back, and I was like, if we were ever like an intergender tag team, just from a production standpoint, I think there was a lot that we could probably do between like her mask effect and my spray paint thing that I do. I was like, I just think there might be something there. I think that could even be a really cool tag team. So Spider Yim, I don't know, maybe.
Give it a try. You never know what might happen. And on that, ladies and gentlemen, Trey, just before I say your name, it's been an honor again. And hopefully next time, the boys will be joining me. But then again, miracles might happen, so we'll see. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, Trey Miguel.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.